Sanavatu Sanohunuktu Saviryam Karavai Jasyanavaditamastu Ma Vidyushavahai Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Chapter 12, last verse, it is 7th verse. Achintyam chintyamanopi chintarupam bhajatyasau tyaktva tadbhavanam tasmad evamevahamaastitah. Just two verses from chapter 13, please. Akinchana bhavam swastam kopinastvepi durlabam tyagadane vihayasmat ahamase yatha sukham. I hope, as usual, you have been seeing the truth of all these statements, descriptions. Because ultimately, this is your description. An attempt to describe you, which is indescribable. And who you are, not only indescribable, imperceptible, unthinkable, cannot be thought over, but also is absolutely easy. Please see that. Because it is so absolutely easy, that is why it is so difficult, appears to. It appears to be very difficult. Because it is absolutely easy. This morning, as I was going through the verses, I was sitting down, just nice it is. I wish one really good example comes up, then I can give it. I can, it will be so nice. And one example came. He told me, sir, suppose I have asked you to do it before, but please do it again, fresh, okay? Do it. Please touch the earth. What shall you do? Usually, see, immediately people have shown already the hand, we shall touch the earth. Now this is something so stupid. Two standpoints you can take. That's where the point came to my mind, I'll share with you. 2 points you can see for yourself. If I say, touch the earth, please see. If I say, touch the earth, you should laugh at me, because I am presupposing that you are not already touching the earth. But instead of smiling at the question, what people will say, they want to touch the earth, as though standing on the earth is not touching the earth. So only when you touch with your hand only you touch, with your leg you don't touch. Just see that. How simple, yet how profound. Because we are, what shall I say, so much conditioned that touching means only with the earth. Can you not touch with your foot? Any part of your body? Touch somebody with the shoulder. If you have a big enough stomach also, push the people with your stomach. Just with your back also you can touch somebody. Listen carefully. Earth cannot be touched. Why? Already touched. Not only that, but also, if I say touch the earth, Not only I am already standing by touching it, but also, am I not the earth itself? Think. Am I listen carefully, listen to the statement. I am standing on the earth or I am the earth? Earth already includes me. But what is our thinking? I am standing on the earth. Are you getting that point, please? From these little concepts, our problem begins. Little carefully. It is so simple and it appears very difficult because I am so simple. How can I be the earth? Long before you even attempt to be the earth is already includes you. Expand. Are you part of the solar system or you are going to reach the solar system? You reach a point in the solar system, but you are part of the solar system. Are you part of the universe? Or are you trying to reach the universe? What is the universe which doesn't include me? As even it is that easy, but it appears difficult in the beginning until you are made to awake. See it very clearly. Hey, true, I am standing on the earth. I am already touching it. What is the question? Am I trying to bend down to touch the earth? I am already the part of the earth. Now, think. Please be conscious of your thought. Can you be conscious of your thought without being tricked? Without being conscious or consciousness itself? Play on words. Can you be conscious of the thought without being conscious? If you say without being conscious, it looks like sometimes I'm conscious, sometimes I'm unconscious. Conscious is an adjective. Consciousness is noun. You cannot be conscious without being the consciousness. Adjective is something which qualifies the noun. So even when you say I am conscious, you are making a mistake. Because you are throwing open the possibility of being unconscious at certain time. I really don't know how to proceed. If this much you understand, you are out. Do you appreciate? That is why this ahankar, this I thought, when unconsciously picks up this idea, oh now I am very conscious. So you are reserving your right to the possibility of being unconscious at a later date. You can't talk about it. You can't think about it. That is why that verse is so beautiful. Achintyam picks up this idea, oh now I am very conscious. So you are reserving your right to the possibility of being unconscious at a later date. You can't talk about it. You can't think about it. That is why that verse is so beautiful. Achintyam. Chintyamanopi chintarupa asau bhajati. Who you are, achintyam, cannot be thought over. Who you are is not a thought. You are conscious of a thought. Thought arises, you are conscious. Thought doesn't arise, you are still conscious. You are conscious because you are the consciousness itself. If you are conscious with the presence of a thought, with the presence of a body, the presence of a brain, with the presence of a perception, in the absence of the body, in the absence of the perception, absence of thought, you are the consciousness itself. To be conscious, you must have a role. Are you getting that point, please? It is like for the electricity to be, what should it do? Nothing. But to appear as a light, there must be a bulb. How beautiful. To appear as an air conditioning or a fan, a breeze, it must, a rotating energy, it must have an instrument. But just electricity to be as it is, what should be there? To be conscious, to be the consciousness itself, what should we do? But to be conscious, you should be conscious of something. Just to be conscious, listen, to be conscious, it looks like a job to be conscious. I don't know how to talk. Silence, effortless, but to be silent, there is an effort. And if you say you are silent, you are opening yourself to the possibility of being disturbed, noisy. It's so simple. That is why the person who really abides in himself, in order somebody unreally abides in himself. Statement is just an English. When you are really abiding in yourself as to who you are, why I say really? Because if you are feeling once in a while disturbed, you are not being yourself. Who you are, something untouchable, unthinkable, meaning cannot be thought about. If it cannot be thought about, what is the question of it getting affected by a thought? If there is no movement, chalanatmika kriya, any action is movement, chalanatmika kriya. Kriya is, action is movement, any movement. From a place to place, from perception to perception, from thought to thought, action. Who you are, achalam, immobile, all pervasive. So what action is going to affect you? What action is going to produce you? Akrutam, that is uncreated, ever existing. No action can produce. So what should you do? Or what should you think? Or what you should not do, what you should not think, to be the self, the consciousness. Amazing power. Just being yourself, which is so effortless. That is achintyam chintyamanapi chintarupa asuru bhajati. So far, the teacher Ashtavakra is talking to Jana. So far I am telling you, Sotabhya, Mantabhya, Nididhyasitabhya, you must hear it, you must think over it, you must contemplate over it, must be in meditation, you must be this. Then it withdraws the entire thing. You can't think about it. What is there to listen to about it? You cannot describe it. That's your being. And by chance you are still feeling the need for it, listen carefully, you are feeling the need for it, you are still not established in yourself. You do it for fun. I am with myself. I am the consciousness. That is my nature. I think. Why? What else to do? But if I say, if I do not think about it, I forget myself. If I do not do a particular action or a ritual or puja or worship or whatever physical action, if I don't do it, I forget myself. Or if I do something, I forget myself. Or if I think about something, I forget myself. Let's not talk about it. We are not talking about you. That is why these texts are uncompromisingly beautiful. Because the moment you pick up an idea and unconsciously settle down with a sense of superiority, that I am listening to the Shastras, I am contemplating on the Shastras, I am meditating on myself, and that is your field of entertainment, security, you shall feel insecure if you can't listen to a scripture. You shall feel insecure if you don't talk about it. You shall feel insecure if you don't think about it. You feel insecure if you do not undertake a particular action or a practice. Please see very, very clear. If it is needed for you, continue to do it. With the logic of the wise, don't live the life of the otherwise. Okay? With the logic for the wise person, do not live the life of the ignorant. You will be destroyed, completely destroyed. It's like the cat imitating otter. You know otter? That water cat. That which goes into the water, catches the fish, comes back. It's a amphibian, lives outside, inside. So the cat says, why can't I go? He jumps, dies. Please appreciate. When a person sees these things, recognizes his own nature, no more only in this place, but one with everything in this universe, the love for the nature is spontaneous. Love for anything and everything is spontaneous. Every little thing shall tickle the person. A sound, a touch, a taste, a smell, a sight. Anything shall do the trick because everything is new. Because this is something, there is a very beautiful language, they call it pratibha. Pratibha is, you know that pratibha is like a genius, like a talent. Vibhuti. What is that? Nava unmesha shalini prajna. This was given to me definition on 4th, 5th standard when we were studying in our school. Our Sanskrit, our Sahitya, MIL teacher, language teacher was very great. So he will give us beautiful things. Nava unmesha shalini prajna. The thoughts, nava, ever fresh, continuously, new, unmesha shalini, which wakes you up to completely different dimensions every moment. Creation is continuously changing. The morning is not evening. The dawn is not dusk. The childhood, not youth. When you are a youth, you are a youth. You don't miss the childhood. When you are adult days, not miss the youth. When you are old, you are old. You are not missing the youth. Every moment is exciting. Why? So new. No moment can repeat itself. That is why every moment is unique and wonderful. No experience is looked down upon because every experience is unique, new, and had its own dimension. So a person loves everything in life, everything. Once a wise man was going along with few of his students, those who were listening to him, as he was walking down, and he was going there, they are walking in a forest, and he sees many birds are flying, colorful birds are flying from tree to tree, jumping from tree to tree. And he says, wow, look at these birds, they are so free. They are really enjoying themselves. This is what one is enjoyment. Absolute freedom with the breeze, flying away in different directions, jumping from tree to tree, flower to flower. This is enjoyment. Then one of the students, who was a person who had come in to listen, he immediately challenged, not challenged, he told the teacher, how do you know that you are not a bird? How do you know they are enjoying? Other students were devastated. The fool is challenging the teacher. How can he do that? But the teacher had a smile and he said, yes, I know. I am going to tell you the same thing. You are not me. How do you know I am not the bird? Listen carefully. You are not I. From your language. You are not me. How do you know I am not the bird? The students started laughing. Oh, it's a good reproof. But the person who had listened to the statement goes back and thinks over it. And then next day comes back to the teacher and says, not only you are the bird, but also I am you. There are two types of students. Those who come to learn and be. Those who come to see the confidence in the eyes of the teacher, but never on themselves. Those are the ones, those shall feel offended if the teaching is challenged, the teacher is challenged. Because for them, they never get it. They worship a symbol of confidence. They admire a symbol of wisdom, but they never themselves become wise. That is why they protest. When the person himself understands the reality, and if the other ignorant person is asking, are you the bird? What shall he say? Shall he feel defeated, diffident, affected, or shall sympathize with the person? Poor things, yet to understand the teaching. But if you are going aghast, what does it mean? Affected, that person is getting affected, challenged. How can this man challenge it? Huh? He doesn't know. Because this is so simple, listen carefully. This is so simple. That is why people shall miss it. Achintyam chintyamana. It is not an object of thought. But if you feel the need that you must pick up a thought to remind yourself who you are, you have to listen to something to remind yourself who you are, need to concentrate on something or do something to remind yourself who you are. It means by doing some other thing, you have forgotten yourself who you are. All the time, doing this activity, looking at this garden or looking at this book or writing this or cooking, and let us suspend those activities and let us be ourselves. I think I told you the other day. If you suspend these activities to be yourself, then being yourself becomes another activity which you have to suspend to get yourself involved in other activities. Unconsciously, the people who suspend the activities are known as the religious people, and those people who are engaged in the activity, they are known as the samsari. You understand? Secular people, both are stupid. To be the self, listen carefully, to be the self, neither you have to suspend yourself from an activity, nor you have to engage yourself in any activity. Because who you are is not the product of an action, product of an inaction. Neither the product of a thought, nor the product of the absence of thought. Do you appreciate? Do you really understand? Do you really see yourself? It's amazing, you know. That is why if there is a whisper of a resistance comes to do or not to do, to think or not to think, you don't appreciate. Tasmat tad bhavanam tyaktva. Therefore, even I have given up the very thought of thinking. To be, in your being, there is no thought of thinking even. Or not thinking. Acting or not acting. Oof, you understand the beauty? Therefore, evameva ahamastita. So that is how I stay. No more need to think or not to think, act or not to act. That is how I exist in this world. Shall I attempt to touch the earth? Useless attempt. Shall I withdraw myself from the earth? Useless attempt. Do you understand the simplicity of it? There is no attempt. Oof. What is the attempt? Because your attempt presupposes your conclusion that you are not in touch. I am attempting to touch. That means you are already concluding that you are out of touch. Or you think, I don't want to touch. You don't understand, you can never remain away from it. Possibilities. Understand, wisdom is such a happy impossibility. It's a happy impossibility. Even if you want to forget, you cannot forget. And if you wish to remember, you cannot remember because you have never forgotten. To remember, you must have already forgotten. Oh. But that should not bring an unconscious identification and say, I don't need to remember, I don't forget. If that brings you arrogance, that means you are sticking on a standpoint. You are one like the earth holds the one who recognizes he is eternally held. He also holds the one who thinks he is standing on it. Who you are is so beautiful. There is no question of you are ever moving away from it and not being it. So if somebody is in his ignorance is struggling to be it, help him to recognize. Other person who is arrogant, that I don't have to do anything about it, also help him to recognize whenever he is available. Understand, this fear is a very, very peculiar, subtle thing. Fear. What prevents people from being with themselves? Fear of maybe such a thing doesn't exist. The fear of not many people have seen it, how can I see it? The fear of your own incapacity, I don't think I can see it. Fear keeps you away. And what is this fear? This fear is a meaningless thing. Listen carefully. This is a beautiful statement I am telling, giving you. Please see it very clearly. The fear is a meaningless statement. Do you know why? Please ask me. Please ask yourself. Does your fear, listen carefully, these are very, very subtle statements. Does your fear protect you from the object of your fear? Think. You are afraid of deep waters. Does your fear protect you from the water? You are afraid of the snake. Your fear, does it protect you from the snake? The fear doesn't protect you from the snake. Recognize the snake, recognize the depth of the water. Why should you be afraid of it? Fear, you understand the point. Recognizing the viciousness of the snake is one thing, being afraid of the snake is another. Recognizing the viciousness of the whirlpool is one thing, afraid of it another. From distance you can enjoy it. Of course I don't want to get into that. Fearlessness does not mean jumping into the whirlpool. What is this? Fearlessness does not mean go for a king cobra and catch it. How nice it is. I have no fear. King cobra. Huh? Fearlessness does not mean allowing the body to die. If it is going to die, no problem. But why should I kill it? If the thought is disappearing, let it disappear. I am not afraid to lose it. You are not afraid to lose anything, nor you are afraid to gain something. Listen carefully, because it will come this verse now. Beautiful, next one will come. Anything that you are afraid to lose or gain shows you are not with yourself. Read it again, please. The chapter 30. Janaka uvacha, now this disciple, now Janaka comes back. Janaka uvacha, akinchana bhavam swasthyam, kaupinatvepi durlabam, tyagadane vihayasmat, ahamase yatha sukham, putrapi khedakayasya, jiva putrapi khedyate, manah putrapi tatyaktva, purusharthe sthitas sukham. Beautiful. Now, Janaka has heard these things very clearly. And now he says, when the teacher has given such beautiful pointer, that you cannot afford to lose or gain. Listen carefully. You can lose comfort, gain comfort. You can lose discomfort, gain discomfort. But you cannot lose and gain the happiness, the absolute. With the arrival of the spring season, so comfortable. With the arrival of the scorching heat, with the arrival of the youth, blossoms. With the arrival of the old age, incapacity. Comfort and discomfort, inevitable. But happiness, absolute, doesn't come and go. It's not a seasonal change. Conscious, unconscious, superconscious, self-conscious, unconscious, nonsense. What you are talking about, the conscious, unconscious, superconscious, self-conscious, or nonsense, that is from the level of the mind. In consciousness, the absolute, there is no gradation. Less conscious, more conscious, unconscious. It's like a space. The space has no gradation, does it? Just think that. That is why the entire earth, wherever you go, when you go to other countries, other places, or leave your own village, go to the next village or next district or country or continent, what do you go to see there? Do you go to see the space? I'm going to see London space, tourist destination. Huh? Alaskan space, Amazon space. You don't go to see the space, nor do you go to see the earth, but you go to see that is built on the earth, standing on the earth in the space. Built-ups are different, but the foundation is same. Human minds like that. Built-ups are different, built-ups are different. Foundation is same. Who you are, who I am, who he is, who she is, who it is, who that is, everything is same, one consciousness. But built-ups, perceptions, thoughts, ideas, so varied. So varied they are. And that is how it should be. Only trouble is, first everybody must be conscious. You be yourself, I must be myself. Then you have certain thought, I don't have. I have certain thoughts, you don't have. You have certain capacity, I don't have. I have certain capacity, you don't have. Therefore we need everybody. When people say they don't need anybody, they are making such a huge mistake. Huge mistake. It's like these fingers. These fingers are of different size, right? See that, this one, fat one. This one, different size. This one, tall. This one, still a little long. This one, so small as well as the thin. But each one has a job to do. The thumb can do what the other finger cannot do. This one can do what can these do which others cannot do, pointing out. If you say like this, they will say, oh, who has done it? Victory, right? Every finger has a role to play. Listen carefully. The other fingers cannot do that. But here is a flower in my thing. There is a flower in my hand. There is a flower in my hand, you have to pick up. Suppose when I go like this, every finger goes that deep as long they are. Suppose, see, when they come, all the five come to the level. If this remains here, this remains there, the other one goes down, this one other goes down, what will happen? Always, each one goes into their own level. No, it's such a beautiful way made. When you do this, all the five fingers come together. It comes. So every person, every object, every thought has a role to play. Your intolerance will not make them disappear from this earth. You must know how to use it. You must know how to use it. Just like I have told you so many times the example. In a tree, a bark is good. For some tree, fruit is good. For some tree, leaf is good. For that little part, that must be preserved. Or else, if you cut the tree, you shall lose that part which was useful. You see that? So everything is useful. You know the secret. Why everything is useful? Because you are useful. You know why everything is beautiful? Because you are beautiful. You know why everything is loving? Because you are in love with yourself. You know why everything is useful? Because you are useful. In your presence, everything exists. As simple as that. You cannot escape. Until you discover the beauty in yourself, you cannot see the beauty everywhere. Until you fall in love with yourself, you cannot see love anywhere. Unless you see the usefulness of your being, you cannot see the usefulness everywhere. Why is it I cannot see? If there is a little anger in your head, forget it, it's looking at beauty everywhere. Because the moment you are angry, now your whole attempt will be how to remove that anger. I am very angry, I am very upset, I am jealous, I am kind, equal trouble. You hate somebody, you are in trouble. Why? Because your focus is on that person. That person should not exist. You are kind, again you are in trouble, because only that person should be there. So if that person is not there, your kindness has no manifestation. What a waste. Think. Please. So when the teacher has thus very clearly revealed it, the student also, Janaka has seen it very clearly. Whatever you say is right, because he has seen it in himself. Until that, what shall you say? He can afford to say that. That is how the most people will talk about. Because usually, traditionally, suppose the teachers have no responsibility, then what will they say? Oh, he can talk, he is not with a household, he is not married, he is not with children, he is not job, he doesn't have anything. So he can say that. He said, don't see enemy anywhere, don't see. Is there anybody who is away from the human world? Think, friends. The trouble is this, very simple. The other day I was reading a nice book, very interesting example came up. One person asked the teacher, what is that causes all the problem? You know that, I don't want to make a story out of it, but you can, somebody has written nicely, so you can. What is that? Makes me see different things, different places. He said, this is because of your fear. Afraid to lose something, afraid to gain something. If that person is there, I will be losing something. If that person is there, I will be afraid to gain something. Okay, just think, don't know. So I am afraid to lose something or I am afraid to gain something. The person maybe have that type of fear will be there. So you say, where does the fear come from? Because if you still have a sense of loss and gain, you are not settled in yourself. Yasmin sthitena guruna dukkhena abhi vicharyate. Bhagavan says, Arjuna, hey Arjuna, yasmin sthite, established in which, yallabdva aparam labham nadhikam manyate tatha. By being established in yallabdha, by gaining which the person doesn't consider any other gain better than that, nor he considers any loss as the loss. The gain of anything doesn't add to his existence. The loss of anything doesn't take away anything from himself. Na vardhate na kanyan. That is the sense of fulfillment the person has. So, guruna api dukkhena. If the worst of disasters comes, na vicharyate. He doesn't get affected. Why? What is he going to lose? Kya laya tha jo kho diya, as they say. What is that you brought that you lost? You built an empire, huge industrial empire. One stock exchange collapse, boom, finished. 9/11, how many people collapsed? Anything, anywhere can happen, your business can collapse. Anything that you built up an industry, built up a family, you built up a family, no? You built a family. And all the family traveling together to give thanks to the Tirupati. The car gets smashed, the entire family is wiped out. Have you not heard about it? How many times it is? Why Tirupati? Anywhere. Huh? The whole family gets wiped out. You built it with so much of thing. Same thing, image building. Image building can get a strike. If you are, that is why, if you are stuck on an image, you will be afraid of losing that image. Suppose your image is, I am an officer. Then anything you do, something somewhere happens, your image of being an officer is lost, you feel affected. You have an image of a very holy man, I am a priest, or I am a monk, very holy person. Then you are affected by your image of holiness being affected. If you are stuck on an image, that is where comes your arrogance also. What do you think? I am a Swami and you are talking to me like that. So you are a Swami. Because you are a person in this cloth, therefore, can you say, I can drive the car as I like? What is this? When you are driving the car, you are not a Swami. You are a driver. If the role has gone into his head, you are a holy roller, as they say. You are a holy roll. I am a very holy man. No. Don't get lost in the image. Nor you shall say, I am a very ordinary person. You are not ordinary. Everybody is extraordinarily beautiful, flawless. You have got roles. But the moment unconsciously you lose yourself, listen carefully, unconsciously lose yourself in a role, when the role is affected, you are affected. Unconsciously you lose yourself in a role, like, listen carefully, in a dukkha, in painful situations, everybody remembers God. In happy situations, you do not remember God. Why? Because you are with yourself, unconsciously with yourself. With a bad image, you want to remember who you are. But with a holy image, you forget. That is why you are in total vulnerable situation if you pick up a holy role. You shall be affected, other can affect you. Because that is a role which is almost equivalent to the truth. Are you getting that point? If the cloth is taken to be the wisdom, then you are in trouble. If the role is taken to the wisdom, then you are in trouble. Then the people will forget that the role can do so. In the role certain limitations are there, but the absolute has no limitation. You are limitless with a limited role and can be subject to interpretation, ups and downs. So guruna api dukkhena na vichalyate, sukhena api na vichalyate. With the worst of the disasters, the person remains calm, serene, unaffected, as even with the highest of the pleasures. Samasatraucha mitrecha tatha mana apamana yoga. Mana. Everybody is respecting. Oh, you are so wonderful. Apamana. Some person comes and you are such an idiot. If you enjoy being respected, you shall suffer being disrespected. Are you getting that? In reality, if you are suffering being disrespected, that means you have enjoyed being respected. If you are yourself all the time, who you are, it doesn't make any difference what the other person says. Because, listen carefully, if your being who you are depends upon other people, you have handed over a remote control to everybody. They will remotely control you. Okay? Anyway, so the ignorance creates this fear. And the ignorance, what is ignorance? The wise man said, ignorance is, you see deadly snakes in beautiful flowers. Wherever you look, lovely tree, everything there, but you see only snakes, 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 snakes everywhere. Afraid. How do I get out of the ignorance? Just see yourself. What does it mean to see yourself? There's not even a single snake. Previously you were seeing snakes, only snakes. Then you discover that there is not even a single snake. Why did I see the snake? Because I was a snake. The kind shall see the kind. If you are a rogue, you shall see rogue everywhere. You know that, what is that, Krishna, they say, asked Yudhishthira, go and find out. Find out one bad man in the Hastinapura. Yudhishthira goes everywhere. He says, there is not a single bad person in Hastina. That I went looking for the bad person, it makes me bad. In reality, there is not a single bad person in Hastinapura. Then goes to Duryodhana, find out one good boy in Hastina. He says, every fellow is a rascal. Every fellow is a rogue. Why? He is a rogue. What else he shall see? Imperfection shall match with imperfection. He shall recognize the imperfection right away because he is imperfect. The person who is the truth, perfection itself, shall see perfection in imperfection. That is the beauty. The beauty of wisdom is the same spot where you see ignorance, the same spot you see the wisdom. The same spot where the ignorant sees ordinary object, the wise man sees divinity, truth, self, consciousness, call it whatever you like. A child sees village, the grown-up shall see the earth. Just an example, not that every grown-up sees that. Whoever sees that this is my place, this much is me, is a child. Earth is everywhere. Same way. When the teacher says that, the student sees. What is that? Akinchana bhavam swastyam. Kaupinyatvavi durlabham. Amazing language. What you are telling your teacher is so nice. Aham eva ahamastita, evam eva ahamastita. This is how I exist in my life. Not even to think or not to think and all these things. That is true. Why? This is akinchana bhavam swasthyam kaupinyatvepi durlabham. Beautiful. Kaupinatvepi, even a fellow who was putting on a simple kaupina, a loin cloth, meaning a person is living a very simple, austere life, even that person, just because he is living a life of austerity and simplicity, that doesn't make him fit to understand akinchana bhavam swasthyam. Just because a person is living a simple, austere life, that doesn't make him a receiver of this wisdom, or the person who revels in this wisdom. What to talk of the person who takes the entire responsibility of everything, grabs everything to himself? Because most people, what do they say? If the person is involved with this, country, continents, palaces, kingdoms, families, this, that, he has no hope. So everybody must do the tyaga, renunciation. Because if you are involved with things, you cannot see the reality. If you renounce yourself, you can see everything. Here is beautifully says. Whereas this truth is something which is akinchana bhavam. Na kinchana bhavam. Where there is nothing, something. There is na kinchana bhavam. That which is bhava to become. Na kinchana. There is nothing, nobody. Either to renounce or to gain. So to be yourself, you cannot try to grab something, nor you can try to renounce something. Do you understand the profundity of this statement? To be the space, to see the space, should you build a house or shall you destroy a house? Which one is needed? Building or demolition? It takes the wind out of yourself. You know that how fantastic it is. Some people busy grabbing, building, aggrandizing, more and more and more. They think one day they will be happy. Some people are busy renouncing and denouncing the aggrandizement. They renounce everything. Listen carefully. It's amazing. You must see these things very, very clearly. To be the self, listen carefully, to be the self, neither can you renounce something, nor you can grab something. To see this space as it is. Should you build a house or shall you demolish a house? Building and demolition belongs to the relative world. To be yourself, shall we build a thought or remove a thought? To be the self, shall we be young or old? To be conscious, shall you perceive or not perceive? Listen carefully. To be conscious, listen carefully. I hope it has gone into a system. See it very clearly. To see, you must open your eyes. To be conscious, should you? Should you open your eyes or should you not open your eyes? If I say, see the flower, if you have closed your eyes, open your eyes. If I say, don't see the flower, if you have opened your eyes, close your eyes. Because seeing is the function of the eyes. If I say, be conscious, shall you open your eyes if you have closed it? Shall you close your eyes if you have opened it? Your being conscious, being the consciousness, doesn't depend upon eyes closing or opening. To be conscious, should you have a thought? To have a thought, listen carefully, you have to be conscious. But to be conscious, you don't need a thought. If there is a thought, you are conscious. If there is no thought, na tyaga, na dana. Neither there is involvement is required, nor renunciation is required. This is the trap in which a person falls. Please see that, friends. This is who you are, akinchana bhava. That language is amazing. Akinchan, na kinchana bhavati. There is nothing. Na kinchana, na kaschit. There is nothing. There is nobody. Always there. This recently, and that is, okay, I'll tell you that what I was going to tell you, that little thing that when I was in Orissa, I was talking to some people, one beautiful point I'll share with you. But this akinchana bhava means swasthyam. Swasthyam. What is swasthyam? Swasthyam in ordinary average language is what? Swasthyam means health. Swasthyam, no? Swasthyam means what? Very nice in Sanskrit. Tishtati iti stha. That which is existing. Tishtati iti stha. That which. Swastha. Swastha means swasmin tishtati. One is existing in himself, abides in himself. So everybody is swastha. tasya bhava swasthya. So everybody is with himself. Listen carefully. Long before you are with somebody or something, first you are with yourself. To see, you must be conscious. To be conscious, is it necessary to see? So first, swastishta, swasmin tishtati. First you must be to see, to hear, to taste, to touch, to smell. To have a thought or not to have a thought. But to be is unconditional. What thought you should have or you should not have. What a release, you know that? What perception I should have or should not have. You are as much conscious when the eyes see, that much conscious when the eyes close. As much conscious when ears hear, that much conscious when ears do not hear. And don't equate, for God's sake, for your sake, do not equate perception with consciousness. Eyes see the flower, eyes don't see the flower. But because you are seeing, therefore it doesn't make you conscious. Because you are conscious, therefore you are seeing or not seeing. So seeing and not seeing are the function of the eyes. Therefore what you see, who cares? What your eyes report. If you identify with, to be religious means I must see only these things. So if you cannot see those things, oh, I am so stupid. Have the guilt of your life. I must see this, I must touch this, I must taste this, or I should not touch this, should not. Hey, when did you start seeing and touching and tasting? You don't do that. You are just conscious. Who you are. If you say these thoughts are holy thoughts, therefore I am very comfortable. The thoughts change, you are finished. Why a fundamentalist? Why a person who relies on his thought for his wisdom, for his belief, for his existence, will sacrifice his life to protect his thought? Because without it, he has no existence. If my thought, my belief is disturbed, I am disturbed. You are not angry with the person that dismisses God. You are not angry with the person that dismisses the scriptures. But you are angry with him because he is dismissing you. Because you don't exist without your faith on that little something. Understand how vulnerable we become. That is why Vedanta, the Upanishad, in this understanding, it gives you the insight into yourself, who you are and not what you have. Or what you had. Because long before what you have or what you had, first you must be there to have or not to have. Are you getting that point? So which one is more important? Please see that, please see that. Because unconsciously you get trapped into ideas. Become a prisoner of your own thought. Become a prisoner of a concept. Religious, secular. Whereas in reality, to be yourself, akinchana bhava. There is no need for anything or anybody. Who you are is absolute. Are you the only one like that? Hey, everybody is like that. Everybody. Nothing special about me. Nothing special about anybody. In fact, listen carefully, there is nothing special about the truth, the self, the being, call it divinity, call it God, call it reality. You name it, whatever. You don't like these names, you make it alpha, beta, gamma, beta, gamma. You make it anything you like. Yeah, you don't care because names are all stupid. You see that. But what is special is, if you want to see speciality, it's only at the level of the relative. It's like this, you see. Beauty is abstract. Which one is more beautiful? This one or this one? Both are beautiful. But somebody says, no, beauty in this pomegranate flower is, beauty in this flower is, that's all your choice. The beauty doesn't differentiate between this one and this one. Like all the colors are lost in a spectrum. This is spectrum, all the colors in the spectrum are lost in white. So which color is the best? You choose. Because you like something, don't impose it on me. Or because I don't like something, I impose it on you. Leave me alone. You are who you are. And I am also who I am. Both are one and the same. Absolute. Swastyam, swasmin tishtati, existing in one's own self, na kinchana bhava. This wisdom, kaupinyatvevi durlavam. Even if somebody lives a very austere, simple life, it doesn't guarantee the wisdom. Or just because you are in a palace, it doesn't deny you the access, because you are already it. Poverty will not facilitate it. Prosperity will not deny you the ownership. Neither the prosperity will facilitate the ownership, poverty will deny it. Poverty, prosperity is a relative stuff. Outside riches, physical, youth or old age, also prosperity. When physically young means prosperous, old means mentally youthful, prosperity, prosperous and poverty. Mentally very prosperous, bright, brilliant. So you mean to say, in order to understand the reality, everybody must have IQ of 150, all Mensa members, right? Everybody should have the highest IQ. Don't worry about it. I is there na podum, Q and okay? You don't have to be in the queue either. Just be the I self. That is why, friends, around the world, what a tradition. In India itself you see that. How many people, so many people understand the truth. They have not gone to school. They have not gone to college. College didn't exist during the Kabirdas, Sant Tulsidas, Shankara, all these boys, these people, whoever have understood the great sages and all that. Did they go to school, college, university, PhD, postdoctoral, this university, that one, the Ivy League, blue chip, rubbish. But the mind they have. And anybody can understand it. Listen carefully. Anybody. That is why there is no conditions apply. If people put conditions, they make it more difficult. If people put conditions, because they themselves do not understand what it is. The self, yourself is unconditioned. Never depends on a situation or a thing. I hope you grasp it. Since it is so, Tyagadane vihaya asmat ahamaste yatha sukham. Therefore, aham aste, yatha sukham aste. I always avoid in myself as I am, vihaya, giving up, these considerations of tyaga, renunciation, dana, giving in charity, or grabbing something, or giving something, renouncing something, getting rid of something, dismissing something, denying something, indulging in something or not indulging in something. Some people take tremendous security in denial. Some people take tremendous security in indulgence. Yesterday there was a piece of news with Virgin Atlantic, that guy Branson. Now they have now experimented and succeeded. The second flight they are going to take now, the plane moved beyond the sounds, the speed of the sound. Passenger liner, 8-seater, 2 pilots, 6 people. No people, that was an experiment, so they didn't take any, but this is a passenger island, that plane is like that, 8 people can go. 1050 or 60 miles per minute, per hour, per hour. Meaning how many kilometers? 500, 1600, 1700 kilometers in 1 hour. Speed, they will all go into that speed. What will they think? Somebody shall take pride. So I am already some 250,000 people have booked that flight. They are going to take you to the space where you shall have feel the weightlessness. Some 70, some kilometers. So you have to travel up to that. So you'll feel that. So already people have. So what if the people come back? Indulgence, no? I have gone. Did you go? Have you? Suppose somebody tells them, see, I went to New York in a Concorde. Have you gone to supersonic flight? That is their superiority. You say, oh, yesterday I took a nice boat in this, this Bay of Bengal. I took a nice boat and went there. Have you gone on a yacht in Mediterranean? They will kill you. You say something, they will kill you. If you say you have gone to Himalayas, they will ask you, did you go to Alps? If you say you have gone to Alps, did you go to Amazon? The other person must puncture you, then only they will feel happy. Only in ordinary field, religious field also. If you say, I studied Bhagavad Gita, oh, but what about commentaries? Finished. Suppose you say, yes, that also I read. What about Brahma Sutra? Oh, that I didn't. Then what did you know? If you say, yes, Brahma Sutra is Siddhi Granthas. By chance you say, I am going to Siddhi Granthas, but did you start with Tattva-bodha? No, then you don't understand anything. Ayyo. You destroy. Listen carefully. The truth revealed in the first book is as wonderful as the truth revealed in the last book. Small book, no small truth, big book, no big truth. When you are young, consciousness is very young, and when I am an adult, consciousness is stabilized and is it like that? The same stuff. What Krishna saw, today we are seeing. Consciousness, timeless. So na tyaga na dana. There is no question of renouncing something or to be with something to be myself. Therefore there is no more any struggle. Yatha sukam aste. Wow. This is the sense of absolute calmness, like reaching the destination, nowhere to go further. The other day I told you that Bhagavan Rama tells Vasishtha, Kadaham Visranti Neshyami Meru Srunga Ivamada. When shall I find that absolute calm, serenity, like the clouds perching on the mountain peaks? They have reached the destination, nowhere to go. That sense of satisfaction, the sense of fulfillment, the sense of being with yourself, unconditional, undisturbed by movements or in the absence of it, undisturbed by thoughts or in the absence of it, undisturbed by presence or absence of a perception, sensation, thought, idea, identity, whatever. Absolutely free. Freedom means what? No conditions apply. To be free means, yes, to be free means what? To be free means to be able to do whatever I want to do. What is that freedom? If you can't do, if you don't enjoy not doing something also, what type of freedom is that? Freedom means living with the body for the longest time. So, if the body dies away, you are not free. Huh? Please see that. Tyagadane vihaya. So I have no more any struggle for renouncing something or to be with something. Ask yourself, are you like that? Ask yourself. This is not to put other people on chopping board. Swamiji, I don't think that fellow has understood anything, because that day I removed that mango from his plate. Oh, you should have seen. He jumped like a monkey, or he jumped. He was so angry like a tiger. So I don't think he has understood that truth. You know why people who are informed people become most disturbed? Because they have got wonderful scales of judgment for other people and nothing for themselves. That is why they are so frustrated. So wherever I go, people are useless. Why? Because you have got a high moral standard or high whatever standard, judgment. So everybody must fit into your coat, into your cap. You have got certain caps to fit in. So everybody must fit into that cap. Then only you will understand the truth. You will never understand the truth. Forget seeing it in other people. As long as you are putting on a cap of holiness, as long as you are putting on a mask of arrogance, as long as you are putting on a mask of any kind, I'm a very kind man, get out of it. Don't fall in love with an image. Fall in love with yourself, because you are the love. Sukha Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa. Remember the Tattva of the classes. Anything that gives you happiness, you love it. Anything that you love is a source of happiness. Because you are the source of happiness, you cannot escape loving yourself. Because you love yourself, you have to be the source of happiness. Call it happiness, call it love, you cannot escape. Be that reality. Then everything fits in. Absolutely no problem. Tathama yatha sukham. Why is it so that nakinchana bhavam? I'll tell you that story, example, okay? It's a huge one, maybe tomorrow or something. Just okay, give a hint and tomorrow I'll describe it more. We'll go into the next verse. Just see that. Look at your life. Go to our lotus pond, you will see that. There is a bird has come now, no? Have you seen that in the lotus pond? That lotus opens. You have seen the lily, you can see the lily. You don't have to wait for that one. The lily opens. Listen carefully. The stem is invisible. The root, totally invisible. But can there be a flower blossoming, blooming, without the root there? You see this flower. The tree is got, the branch is got, the tree is got. The root is there. From the root it is coming. Are you getting that point? The root. See the lotus, the root, it is coming. Every day the lotus or the lily will bloom. If you take lotus, it blooms in the morning, evening closes. The root doesn't bloom or close. The root is always root. Our life is like that. Every morning you blossom. In the root of consciousness, thought, body, blossom. Night comes, like the lotus folding up, you also fold up. Full bloom, face, body, closing up. Thoughts also must close up. If your thoughts are going on, you can't sleep. You go back to the bird state. Root is same. If you stay at the stage of the flower, you open, close, tired, fade away. Petals can be taken away. Petals can be eaten up. Other things can happen. The strength of the opening and closing goes away. Fading flowers, root always there. Just ask yourself now at this moment, are you with the root or you are with the flower? Are you the flower or the root? Don't be a rootless flower. If you become a rootless flower, you will fade away quickly. That is how youth fades, excitement fades. For some time you are very, very excited. No. Swasthyam, always abiding in yourself, allowing this to blossom every day. Yes, one day the flower will fade, body shall disappear. Long before body disappears, thoughts are disappearing. How many thoughts you remember from your childhood until now? Tell me. Your own physical body, where is your childhood now? Lost in this body, no? Your youth, lost in this body. Adult days, lost in this body. 90-year-old dying, 89 years, 364 days, lost in that body. Invisible. How many thoughts? In what? The root. Always remain the same. So, having seen it, tomorrow we shall say more of it, but ahamase yatha sukham. Yatha sukham, having seen this, Abba, the stem, the flowers, they will continuously go. Root, yatha sukhamaste. There go. Rootless, na? Useless. People look for the root. There was a great novel in 70s, Roots. One man had written a very nice book, it was very nice book. Anyway, so everybody is looking for the root. What is your root? What is your root? Oh, India. India is a root. Where is India without the earth? Where is the earth without the solar system? Where is the solar system without the Milky Ways? Where is the Milky Ways without the universe? Is a physical thing. There is also consciousness. Vishwa. You can never be rootless. You feel uprooted because you have identified yourself with what you have and not who you are. Once you know who you are eternally rooted. Whatever you have shall go away. You cannot protect it. What you have cannot be protected. But who you are need not be protected, ever existing. Tasmat sukhamaste. Very relaxed because you know you cannot be touched. Oh, that's a very beautiful idea, no? Sukhamaste, lovely. Sukhamaste, sukhamase, ahamase. I am very comfortably, restfully settled. Why? Nobody can touch me. So how do you like that? How do you like that? Huh? Just think of it, suppose there's a big cyclone coming, huh? Big cyclone. So everybody is showing that cyclone will pass 3 days. Now you have got a nice bunker and everything. Let it want a tsunami, let it come. I am 3,000 feet high. Earthquake proof. The big cyclone, forget it. Nothing can reach it. Why? Sukhamas. Therefore, how do you feel? Nobody can touch me. Listen, friends, you may not escape the physical disasters. Nobody can escape. Even if you are an incarnation, your body shall pass. But when you know, even when your body passes, you exist. Mortality, death cannot touch you. Like the waves can break down, the water continues to dance. The wave of a body can dissipate in the ocean of consciousness, the thoughts, the creation. appearances will change. Who I am, untouched, untouchable. Tasmat Sukamaste, nobody can touch me. What a sense. Think of the peoples, those who are in top position, they think untouchable. How much confidence they have? What is that? False confidence. Are you getting that point? False confidence. What is false confidence? You think wealth will protect you. False confidence. You think youth will protect you. False confidence. You think a thought will protect you. False confidence. You think a belief will protect you. False confidence. You think an identity will protect you. False confidence. That is why all the learnings gives us only false confidence. Who are you? PhD. Stupid. PhD is nonsense you picked up. Who are you? Governor. Another position. You will go. The governor position will be there, but you will be there. You are insecure. So do not feel security with the position, with something. So your sense of confidence, not dependent on something. Who I am, non-negotiable, absolute. Thoughts, body, mind. Oh, I don't depend on them. But use them, no problem. Use them. Use money. Don't depend on money. Use everything, but don't depend on nothing in this universe. Where nothing is dependable. If you are depending, it's not because money is telling depend on me, depend on me. No, you're dependent. You are depending on something. That never tells you to depend. That is why human beings become deceptive. A human being will promise you, I will give you happiness. Shut up. You cannot. You don't have it to give it. No, but I have it, then I also have it. Don't worry. I am it, you are it. Are you happy? Yes. I am happy? Yes. Let's meet. Why? Nothing else to do. But I'll make you happy. The promise is, I will make you happy. Reality is, unspoken word is, the spoken word is, I will make you happy. Spoken word is, unspoken word is, that will make me also happy. So if you don't allow me to make you happy, I will be miserable. Such fellows will be miserable forever. Understand? I am happy with myself. Yes. You don't need me? No, I don't need you. I don't need you to be happy, but I need you to be, make some food or do something, you see that, be together, that's fine. But to be happy, I don't need anything, including my own thought. What is the question of depending on your thought? Super. You understand? How fantastic. To be happy, to be in love, I don't need anything or anybody, including my own body and own thought. What is the question of telling you lies to say, I love you? What rubbish. Yes, I love you because I am in love with myself. I am in love with the whole universe as I am. Tasmat. Therefore, yatha ase, yatha sukhamase, as it is, I am very comfortable. I don't want anything to change. If anything changes, beautiful. Nothing changes, excellent. What do you do to such a fellow? Huh? Why is it so? Listen carefully. Why do you so? Lovely language. I love this book. It's so sweet. Kutrapi khedakayasya jiva kutrapi khedyate manah kutrapi tatyaktva purusartha stita sukham. Why is it that you don't depend on anything or anybody? Because he doesn't say anybody, huh? Because forget others. Others are a waste. Don't analyze others. Is the biggest mistake we commit in our life is, what do we say? It's like our looking for confidence in other people's eyes. Suppose the other person feels comfortable with you, you feel you must be somebody. The other person has a little doubt in his eyes, anything wrong? So you are always looking for confirmation in other people's eyes. What a waste. You are being with yourself. And you start looking at your body before you look at somebody. Please ask yourself the question, with who do you live for the longest time in life? Your body or somebody's body? With whose mind you live for the longest in your life? Your mind or somebody's mind? If you are not comfortable with your body, your mind, you shall not be comfortable with anybody, any mind. Don't worry about it. That is why when you find little comfort in somebody's body, you want to hold it on to that. Somebody's mind, oh, I want to be my guru or my this. Then what happens? Finished. One day, out. How long can you stay with somebody? Your own body doesn't stay in the same condition. Somebody else, what a headache. Your own thought goes on changing. You want to be somebody's thought? It will not work. The other day I was telling in Orissa when I was there, a nice satsang. Please see how beautiful it is. This is our house, let's say. He said, this is our house, okay? We are not comfortable here. So what do you want to do? Swamiji, can we go to one resort in Goa? All right, let's go to Goa, a resort. Now, how long can you stay in a resort? 5 days, 10 days. Good, you have to come back. Bad also, you have to come back. Because you are a resort town, no? Let's go to Himalayas. How long? You come back. The moment you feel like coming back, suppose the moment it's time to come back, now you are feeling bad. Why? Again I have to go back to the same Madras. So hot. Again I have to come back to the same Madras, such traffic. Oh. Himalaya is so beautiful. I don't want to go to home. But you have to return home. If you make your home itself a resort, where should you go? Listen carefully. Exact like that. Mind. Inside. In you. If your home front, in your home, in your mind, in yourself, if there is total noise, disturbance, agitation, conflict, fear, anxiety, hatred, jealousy and what not, you want to escape out into the outside world. Oh, lovely music. How long? Nice person. How long? Understand? At one time you have to come back. And that is what the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, beautiful Upanishad says, mind is like a bee. Morning it goes up, moves out. Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. How long? You will be tired. At the end of the day, you have to go back. Just like a person who hates his home, doesn't feel like returning home. Morning 7 o'clock, before anybody wakes up, he goes. 11 o'clock, he returns just to sleep. The fellow hangs around tired, just comes home to sleep. Many people escape their mind like that. They can't. So until they fall asleep, hear something, see something, taste something, touch something, smell something, hang around, open the eyes, restless. Then when they're really tired, go to sleep. Or if you cannot get tired, take some drugs or take some drinks or some nonsense, then go to sleep. What will happen? So that which gives you sleep, in the process makes you dependent on that little substance. You are dead forever. Do you feel pleased to return home? First statement, that's not last, okay? Because what is the question? Do you feel pleased to return home? Yes. That is why I don't want to go out. Don't get stuck. You are pleased to move out, you are pleased to return. Both ways. Then only Sukhamaste. Some people homebound, some people extrovert. Who is better? Some people are homebound. Home, anytime, my house. They can't, they're afraid. Afraid. Not that they're comfortable, they're afraid. They lose the comfort of the house. Some people are so uncomfortable, they will go out. Who is better? Both are prisoners of their thoughts. When you are happy with yourself, Sukhamaste, house, beautiful, outside house, wonderful. Your mind is a house inside a house. Beautiful with your own eyes closed, fantastic. Eyes open, super. So which one will enjoy? Sleeping or waking? In waking, shall you enjoy seeing or hearing, tasting or touching, moving or not moving? Everything is meditation. Sukhamaste. Why is it so? Because some people, kutrapi kheda kayasya jivha kutrapi khedyate. He says to the teacher, what you say is so true. Kheda kutrapi kayasya kheda. Some places body gets exhausted. Some places body gets stuck. Jivha kutrapi khidyate. Some places jivha, your words are also stuck. I'll explain to you. Mana kutrapi khidyate. Somewhere the mind gets lost. So I cannot rely upon either the body and the bodily action. I cannot depend upon the speech and all that, the language of the words or the language of the all the different types of speeches. And then mana kutrapi khidyate. Sometimes, some places, the mind also gets lost. So these three things, there is a possibility of these three things lost. So when it happens, listen carefully, when it happens, if I am with it, I will also be lost. Listen, deha katrapi khudyate. Now suppose I say, if I go to Himalayan mountain, it will be so nice. All right, climb. First climb is excellent. First 10 yards, oof, beautiful. Beautiful. You see nothing but beauty. After 1 hour walking, you see nothing but pain on your leg. Deha kutrapi khudyate. Ayyo. Then you remember, why did I, my mother was telling not to come, I'm an idiot, coming here and going through this pain, why did I come? Do you not do that? Then you go there, water is not available. This water I have to drink. Oh no, I should not have come. Then you lie down, that bed is, some 20 people have slept, what is that? The bed sheet have not changed. No, I cannot. Deha kutrapi khudyate. Are you getting that? So cold. I thought it will be so nice. Oh, so cold. Or it's so hot. No. Deha kutrapi khudyate. It will happen. Listen carefully. Deha kheda will be there. Jivha kutrapi khudyate. Jivha, like your tongue. Some places, tongue is tied. You stay in somebody's house, they give you coffee without sugar. They forgot. But jivha khudyate, should not talk. No sugar. You feel offended, no? So how is the coffee? Very beautiful. Or you can take jiva as an organ of action, or you can take jiva as a sensation, speech. Sometimes taste. Too hot, tongue is formed, scalded. Eyes see something which you don't like. Oh, so many plastics. Oh, no. Why did I come here? This is the beautiful city? No. Noise pollution. Oh, sometimes, somewhere, ears are persecuted. The report persecution, not that ears are persecuted. Ears report persecution. Tongue, skin, everything reports persecution. Then what happens? Then I feel persecuted because I identify with it. He said, no, I don't. This will be the nature of the body. Somewhere the body will be comfortable, somewhere body will not be comfortable. But I am always at rest with myself. Sukhamase. You understand how fantastic it is? It's not even idealistic. Once you understand the truth, even a hot water will feel like cold water. Those are all garbage. Okay? Where everybody sees, dirty, what is that? Where I see, everybody sees the dirty, the plastics and everything. I see rainbows. You must be a nutcase. Are you getting that point, please? The smells of Madras, right? Go to the seashore, ugh, the sights and smells, you want to carry home? Oh no, I should not have come here. Why did I come? Khidyade. So the eyes don't resist. Eyes don't resist. You resist. Who takes away your eyes? When you look at the eyes will go away. Lovely thing, eyes remain. Stupid thing, eyes go. No, you focus. You take it away. Eyes don't do anything. Anyway, still, somewhere you can lose yourself. Certain sensations are comfortable sensations, certain sensations will not be comfortable. Manah putra vikidyade, sometimes mind also. Why? Values. According to the values, the thoughts are given to you. Like say, religious conditioning kills you. Kills. Not kills. Persecutes you every moment. You know? Because one religion has told you, don't look to that side. Then inside your head, that is the only side I want to look. Don't eat this food, but that is the food available. I want to eat, but, okay? Manah khidyate. Injunctions have been given to you. When you are in meditation, no thought should appear. Thought comes, khidyate. Meditation means only this thought. Om. By chance you become Om. Why? You have equated meditation with a thought, or in the absence of a thought. So manah putra vikidyate. Happiness is presence of an object, unhappiness is absence of the object, naturally. Always goes ups and downs, ups and downs. Knowing this, I have no such dependence on types of thoughts. You understand the statement? I can't explain you. How much can I do? So much you have seen. Please, nobody persecutes you like your own thought persecuting you. When nobody can persecute you without giving a thought. And the moment somebody gives a thought, you are not. Like a fish. You are like a fish. Oh, beautiful example. If there is no fish, listen, have you gone angling? If you are done angling, you can understand. Don't angle also, you can understand. It's not such an Einsteinian theory. Okay? You throw the bait on a river. There is no fish. Who shall come and bite it? If it is getting bitten, that means what? The fish is there. Some fellows put a bait on your head. You are an idiot. If I know I am the absolute, idiot, rascal, rogue, wonderful, kind, okay. I am not there to eat it. If you eat, you are so kind, yes, you are stupid, understand. It's not a joke. When the scripture says, in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, no, sukhe dukhe same krutva, lava lavo jaya jayo. Hey Arjuna, when the person is saved, it's not an attitude, it's a discovered wisdom, yourself. If it's an attitude, you'll be tired after a few days. That is how people say, they grieve. So long I tolerated. How long to tolerate? Attitude, that is why headache. If it's a discovered fact, I am the self, the absolute. No tolerance. But tolerating somebody. Why are you so wonderful that you must tolerate everybody? Everybody is tolerated and you are so supremely, arrogant about it. No. No thought shall touch me. So if there is you put a bait, if there is a fish is there, catch it. If fish is not there, the bait is a waste, So, if you bite it, you are in the hand of the angler. Are you getting that point, please? If you bite it, now who shall torture you? They shall play with you, right? Roll, bring, roll, bring. Now you are moving around. Then what do you say? They are torturing you. They are torturing you. Nobody. Unfortunately, long before I know about myself, baits have been thrown, individuality has come, and I'm eating those things and running. You are continuously being baited and reeled in and reeled out, destroyed. What the Upanishads, what the teachers, the self-knowledge, understanding, what shall I do? You are not there. Let the baits be there. I am not biting. I am not biting. If you say, bait should not be there, you are being impractical. If you say, world should not be there, impractical. Body should not be there, impractical. Thought should not be there, impractical. The sense of individuality, the I, redundant, not there. I am myself. Therefore, everything should be there. As it is, they are beautiful. I am not there to. But what people say, don't throw these things. You understand? He's creating a problem for me. He's talking like this to me. Let it talk. How does it matter? Let them. Day for yesterday, a storm came, little storm, 2 trees, gone. Now shall you go and hit the storm now? Go and hit the storm. That storm you cannot hit, it has come, gone. This storm, it is under your control. Why this tree broke? What else will happen? The tree is in an inconvenient position. The tree has gone. What to do? Plant a new tree. Yes. In our compound wall, beautiful bougainvillea. Somebody from the big, botanist. They think because they are 20, 30-year-old plants, so big, so they thought they are trees, so they have cut it. Okay, what to do? You see, not nice. All right, now what can you do? Get shaken by it? Okay, recognize, that's gone. Should not do again. What can you do? But if it is an attitude, understand, like, oh, then people will say, oh, Newton was a great boy because he had written so many things in his diary, and then when a cat jumped and from the lamp, the fire came, everything burnt, but he never hid the cat. He said, I will write it again. See how tolerant he is, how nice it is. If it's an attitude, after some time you may not be able to tolerate it. But it's a discovered fact. Your patience has a limit because it is an attitude. Then you sometimes becomes impatient. When you understand yourself as ultimate, absolute, all-pervasive, ever-existing self that I am, it is not an attitude. That is why your acceptance is not a practiced perception. Your acceptance is not something, a practiced behavior. How to say, what to say, what to say after you say hello, those type of stuff. Is positive, negative thinking, rubbish. You be the self who you are. Your acceptance is absolutely natural. Even when you do not accept, there is no violence in it. Understand? This squirrel is making some chick, chick, chick. Good or bad? Stops. Good or bad? Starts. In your mind, same thing, one thought. So, this is what good. So, everything, somewhere the body can be lost, somewhere the sense organs can get lost, somewhere the mind also kutrapi khidyate. Tatyaktva, having I completely no more depend upon these things anymore. The body, the senses or the mind. Purusarthe sukham stita. Purusarthe. Swas. In your own prakriti, in your own nature. Purusarthe. In myself, in self, in who I am. sada astita, always I abide in myself. Therefore, there is no more any evameva ahamastita, always exist as it is. There is no more any struggle to change or not to change. If I struggle to change, it is more for its own sake and not for the sake of my happiness. Huge thing. I want to struggle to change few things for its own sake. Why? It will be nice if it is changed. Yes. But somebody says, no, it should be done this way. All right, let us see. But you don't make an issue out of it. Your own life becomes so beautiful. Please remember, fix your own mind, your body, your speeches. When you are at rest with yourself, who you are, and therefore at rest with yourself, with all your thoughts, with your physical body, with your senses, you will be at rest with everything in this universe. Even if there is cause for restlessness, still the root remains unaffected. The petals may fall away, the root remains ever the same. Okay? More of it you will see. Tomorrow, close your eyes. This is just a practical example. See, as you are sitting down quietly, telephone rings. Listen carefully. Please watch out. By habit, suppose you have been always complaining, my phone is ringing. You sit down quietly, this is the time, the phone should ring. How does it matter? Are you being with yourself or keeping the antenna open for what is happening? Habitual. Catch it. Your reaction is zero. Your response, 100%. You are completely conscious how to be with everything in life, every moment. That is why Sukhamase, I am so happily settled down in myself. Whatever happens, we'll see it tomorrow. It's fantastic, okay?